And good evening. After months of war and days of secrecy, we finally have it. The full text of President Trump's much-touted deal to end the war with Iran. It would reopen the Strait of Hormuz, including, quote, safe passage with no charge for all commercial vessels. And it would also reaffirm that Iran, quote, shall not procure or develop nuclear weapons. But in exchange, Iran could get billions in cash benefits, and even some Republicans worry the final deal could look to the world like an American retreat. Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes is traveling with the president and joins us now with more. Nancy, good evening.
Tony, good evening to you. This agreement may not address some of President Trump's original goals, but it is an off-ramp from a costly and controversial war. Today, he argued that it's better than the alternative: prolonged conflict and economic catastrophe.
My whole life is all about deals. That's all I ever did, is make deals.
Eager to sell his latest deal to a war-weary world, President Trump has been making this claim over and over.
And the main thing is that Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. And it says it loud and clear.
But that assertion does not match the reality in the agreement laid out by senior administration officials today. They said the 14-paragraph document merely calls for the two parties to address the issue of nuclear enrichment and resolve the disposition of Iran's enriched uranium over the next 60 days.
Mr. President, you've been saying all week that this deal permanently prevents Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. But the drafts of the deal that have been floating around barely mention Iran's nuclear programs.
When I say permanently, it should be permanently. But if it's not permanently, we will bomb them. They will be bombed.
But there's nothing enforceable in the deal itself. Is that correct?
Doesn't have to be. I don't think that they're going to veer from the agreement. What else am I going to do? Am I going to say I'm going to take you to court? Let me take you to court. Let me sue you.
The agreement gives Iran a windfall up front, temporarily waiving sanctions on Iran's oil exports and establishing a $300 billion fund for reconstruction.
It's going to leave Iran stronger.
Louisiana Republican Bill Cassidy called it the worst foreign policy blunder in decades. And even Trump said it's possible that the nuclear negotiations to come, led by Vice President J.D. Vance, will be a bust.
So if it works out, I'm going to take the credit. If it doesn't work out, I'm blaming J.D. You better be careful, J.D.
Here in Europe, G7 leaders expressed universal support for the deal. They want to see the Strait of Hormuz reopened to oil tankers as soon as possible. Even the Pope welcomed the agreement today, saying he hopes it will lead to stability in the Middle East. Tony?
We'll see, Nancy. One thing that's not in the agreement is anything curbing Iran's ballistic missile arsenal. What do you know on that front?
Right, and that was one of Trump's original goals. He talked about it a lot, but he was asked about ballistic missiles today, and he said he now believes that it would be unfair to rid Iran of its ballistic missiles when so many of its neighbors have them. He also added something interesting, Tony. He said that missiles, in his view, aren't a big problem because they only damage a small area and they don't destroy the entire world.
All right, Nancy, thank you very much.